Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session. Today, I want to do sort of a workshop, especially for those of you who are on desktop, and even if you're watching and recording, if you're on your desktop, because we're going to talk about checklists for your content. But there's an old marketing saying, you can't improve what you don't measure, right? So we need to look at some of our statistics in order to make the appropriate adjustments. Okay. So um, I'm not going to be giving you a checklist. Okay. My thought today is to help you determine what needs to be on your checklist because we all have our own different work styles and, all that good stuff, right? And what we care about and what we don't care about. Now, I want to tell you that this came to my attention because of our friend Claire. Claire Shaner, data coach Claire, y'all know the girl that did the survey and all that good stuff. And in her newsletter, she had this topic she covered where, let's see if I can bring open the quote that she had. And you tell me if this is true for you as well. Hang on one second. I'm not sure why I didn't have it opened up, but I will do it now. Okay. Got it open now. David's here, so I'm good now. We can start now. David's here. The earnings from 80% of the products you are getting commissions on this month will disappear from your earnings report by this time next year. Now, Claire is using a small sample set to come up with these numbers, and that's why it's important for you to look at your own numbers. Okay? Because some of us have lots and lots and lots of videos. I'm not going to say some people that have more than 10,000 videos. I'm not going to, not even going to mention Lane. I mean, and some of us have, I don't know, how you doing, Catherine? What do you have, like 50 yet or
No, I have about four.
four?
I'm,
All
I'm
right,
yeah, because
you're
I just
brand
started
new.
this. Yeah, very.
Absolutely. Well, I think you're
Yeah.
doing good. First of all,
Well,
you got
thank you.
approved. You got your first 3 videos approved. Hey, that's
Yes,
amazing.
I was happy with that. Yes.
Right? And so now it's about looking at what you have, products that you we're always told, film everything in your house, go to your neighbor's
Yeah,
house, your mother.
I know.
Oh, if you see a stranger on the street, say, "Do you mind if I take a little quick video?" Love what you're wearing today. Right? So that's just what we're always told. But as we build out our storefront and you get to the point where you got like 50, 100, 200 videos, then you start wanting to be more strategic. And also, like I said, or as Claire said, as time goes by, you want to remember that, it's great. We always want to know our numbers, but stuff that you were selling last year, you're probably not even selling this year. Now, all factors need to be considered. And as I mentioned, this is why you need to know your own numbers. Okay. Because what's the case for myself is probably not the case for Melissa. Okay. So, how do you go about knowing your own numbers? Let's take a look at that because reason why we got to look at the numbers first is because we can't develop a checklist kind of like until we know what's working. right? You see or you try to find patterns. So after you've been doing this for a while. Now, for somebody that's new, you just want to put everything on the checklist and look at it. And like I said, these are things that I want you all to consider. You can have a notepad on the side or watch this replay, or I'll share these topics with you, and also you guys may have some ideas, things that I didn't even think about putting on here. All right, so the first thing that I recommend that you do, and I had to take a screenshot because I can't share my personal information here, is to head over to your Logi dashboard. You're going to go into Logi. I'll say that again. You're going to go into your Logi dashboard. On the left-hand side, you're going to see reports. Ehud might remember how excited I was when this feature first came out, and a few of the things that I had questions about or whatever, they tweaked them right away. And oh my God, I've been over the moon with these reports ever since they came out. Lane, let me ask you real quickly. Do you use these reports still? Or I know you got the
Occasionally,
Airtable.
I'll look at them just to
Uh-huh.
see kind of if products are still if they've been depreciated or not. I kind
Okay.
of want to keep my finger on it. In fact, one thing that I look at is sales that I know came from an older video. I like to see if that's kind of matched up to see if the video is depreciated or not. Actually, I should make a collection for that. Now that I think about it, that'd be a great
Yay.
idea. Every time you see a sale come through of a product that's say 2 years old, you could add it to the collection so you can analyze the data better. That's a smart idea.
All right. See, I'm trying to, this is what I want to do. I want to spark
Actually,
ideas.
hold on, that could be something that Logi could easily populate for us because they have all of our content data and they have all the sales data. So if they could, you know, be able to say this piece of content is still getting, or this ASIN is still getting sales, even though you uploaded a video, say 2 years ago or whatever the parameter is, that could be really interesting.
Yes, it could. It could. All right. So just to go over quickly, or for anybody who's not actually looking at the screen, you're going to go to reports. You're going to stay on the products. I probably should have went to sales. I'm sorry when I made the screenshot, but it doesn't matter. You're going to sort. Well, what I like to do is to pin the columns because you're going to have a lot of columns there. I didn't have to hide these specific columns, but you're going to have the product name, the brand, the ASIN. There's a bunch of columns here on this report. That's why it's important to the columns that you want to focus on to pin them. And you just click on that column heading and you'll see pin to the left, or you can pin it to the right. It's up to you, right? And then once you have what you want pinned, in this case, I'm just pinned my Amazon earnings and my commission, which means Logi commission. All right. I pinned them over to the left, and now you can sort. You can sort by your highest Amazon earnings or your highest Logi commission, whatever, however you want to slice it and dice it for this audit. You're actually giving yourself an audit. But what's important to remember here is that you can change this date range because you can download reports from Amazon. Don't get me wrong. But Logi has that flexibility of the way that you're able to change the date range. You can go last year, depending upon how long you've been on Logi, or whenever Logi picked up your data, 2 years ago, the whole bit. Doing that on Amazon is annoying. And also on Amazon, you have to download the report. You don't have to download it if you're looking at your Logi dashboard. Okay. So you could change it to last year. Has anybody done this? David, this sounds like something that you may have done before because I know you've been around for so long. Please just type in the chat and let us know if you've ever done this, Melissa or Mickey. And this gives you the ability to see this stuff with just a couple of clicks. And I see that a lot of folks came in, so I'm just going to screen share this again. And hello to everyone. And I know I didn't say hi to everybody, so let me just start with that. Andrew and Terry and Amy, Lorraine, Deborah, Michael, Mickey, the other Deborah, and David, Melissa, Lily, Nicole, Sandy, and Sherry. Okay. And the reason why I didn't do that is because I know people watching the replay, they're like, at the beginning, she's always going to say, hello, hello, hello. So I switched it up this time. All right, so I'm going to put that screen share up again because we're talking about building our own personal checklist and remembering that you can improve what you don't measure. So the first thing we're going to do is go into our Logi dashboard. We're going to look at reports. We're going to sort, pick whatever date range we want, pin the columns that we want, and then we can sort those by that column. So if you're going to look at earnings or Logi commissions, you're going to sort by that. Okay. Now I said that for the benefit of the folks that just got here so we can all be caught up. All right. So the next thing that I want you to think about is, all right, what is the process that you do? Knowing that things that were selling last year, or 80% of things that were selling last year, now this is going to vary by user. Don't at me and say, no, I'm selling everything I was selling. I don't want to hear that. We all know there is depreciation. Some of the things that was top hot sellers, some of those things probably are not even around anymore. Or the seller changed the ASIN and you don't know, you don't have time to track it down and figure out where it is. The carousels are so saturated. Your video is not on the top, the bottom, nowhere to be found. Okay, so now you got to think, do I need to make another video? Should I look at it from a different point of view? These are things that we're going to come to in the checklist. And my goal, like I said, is for you to create your own checklist. I'm just throwing out some ideas for you. Okay. So now that you've got your Logi report, you've got in your mind, like, these are my top 10 or my top 20. Hey, maybe there was one, I forgot about that particular item. Yeah, I got to remember about that item when I go through my checklist, right? Okay. So the next thing you want to do is go to your Amazon Creator Hub, the Creator Hub. All right, hang on. Let me put that link up on the screen because I know we're all using Creator Studio. All right. But for this piece, this next thing that I want you to do, after you've already got in your mind all your products, sales, you're going to go to amazon.com/creatorhub/manage. That's the old way before they came up with Creator Studio in the US. Okay. So everybody got that? Let me know if you need me to leave that up a little longer. Andrew says, I still use the old hub. Oh, Terry, I ran an ASIN decay report and there was definitely an 80% drop from month 1 to 2, but then it pretty much stabilized. Good, good. All right. repeat it, Lane, so I can write it down. And I think he did repeat it. And right, Lane, I know I have one particular product that was sold nearly 400 units in 3 years and still selling fairly often. Yeah, there's always going to be outliers. And there, we have our little golden goose, right? But we want to grow. We want to find more of those. So what do? We kind of model what works, right?
Hey,
What's
Ehud
those?
wanted me to repeat what I was saying, so I
Yeah.
have a hot minute.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Good.
the idea would be, since you guys have all of the sales data and our content data, if you could match ASINs that were from X amount of time back, like 1 year, 2 year, whatever, and then pair that with new sales data. Are we getting sales from those ASINs? Um, if we have, then that video has not been depreciated. If we haven't, then that video probably has been depreciated. And I don't know if there's some kind of like graph or report or a way for us to be able to visualize that a little bit better. But I think that that could be, especially, and it would, I think that since this is kind of a top subject these days, it seems like people would want to keep their Logi extension on continuously because, day in, day out, they want to know, what's performing and what's not performing. Should I go make another video about this product because it has been depreciated? Or, or do I need to tweak something in that listing that's already up so that I can get re-indexed back into Amazon? So I just think that since y'all have both sets of data, there'd be a good way for y'all to be able to present that data easier.
Yeah. Yes, Lane, because right now what we have to do is we have to go over to Creator Hub because we need to see videos that are getting viewed and wait, I have a thing that tells me what
So,
I'm supposed to say
so
next.
I can just jump in and kind of ask a question
Good.
because I love the idea. So can you hear me, Lane and Eileen?
Yes, yes.
Oh, I love it. Lane and Eileen, Eileen and Lane, or I can just say Eileen, and that will be both of you together. Okay? I'm gonna take the credit for that. So
Okay.
Eileen, listen to me, guys. Or I can say my lane, and then it's my Eileen. And okay, never mind.
Okay, just get to the
I'm,
point.
I love the idea, but here's the idea that I'm thinking like if that could maybe work. So maybe we add to the dashboard because it already has that period, whether it's the last 30 days, the last 60 days, this quarter, this year, whatever time period we choose, we can say top performing content. I think that we're missing that part. So just having like that top performing content that is still generating sales till this day. So we look at the at the time period. So for this entire year, what was the content that was generating the most sales for me? Now we don't really know what is the content that generates the most sales because Amazon are not telling us, but we can see what content is associated with products that are already selling really good in your account. So like, what content did I make that really generated the most sales? And that's something that we can add. So people can actually see not just their top performing products, but also their top performing content, or at least, yeah, videos, live streams, whatever they had that had that. Maybe shoppable videos will be the best, my top performing videos, because a live stream can be harder to calculate.
Yeah, I think
What do
that
you think? Like, is that a good idea?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. And I mean, if there was a way to, like, I don't know how Claire is kind of getting all the data for this, but if there was a way to run whatever she runs through our sales and videos, like, I think you guys would be the best people to be able to tell us how much our storefronts are depreciate or the videos are depreciating or not, just because y'all have such a, all the data that you would need, I would think, to be able to run a report like that.
how do we do it? Like what kind of data do you want next to your content? Like what kind of a depreciation factor are we looking at? So just so we understand exactly how to make it happen. Do you have any idea?
Um,
I
okay, so the from what I understand of what Claire has put together, it's a like if you do something in March, you look at it a year later in March. And so to be able to like what are your top performing videos year over year, like from March 1st of 2024, this video did this amount of money, but March 2025, I shouldn't say video slash asin, I don't know the best way to calculate that, but March 2025, now it's only doing this amount of money, so you had a this percent rise or drop in what it kind of it would kind of be like the stock market, right? Like, how you can click on an app, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, 3 months ago, and you can have each individual stock see if it's going up or down. That's kind of the idea that I had in my
Mm,
mind. I don't know if
right.
that's possible. Well, of course it's
well,
possible, but
well here's the missing piece for me is the piece where I'm saying we need to now go to the Creator Hub, because the Creator Hub is the only place that we get to see if videos were viewed or not and how many views. Because we already got how many sales we made, right? We already got that from Logie. We already know how much money, we already know our money makers. But we don't know, is it because a lot of we have a lot of video views, because some of these video views are just coming from the inspire shop by interest and they don't lead to sales, right? But in our mind we could pair them up, but it would be so much nicer if we could do it from the same dashboard and we wouldn't have to, we could just look at our top sellers and say, yes, these videos were getting views and that makes sense. This is why they are our top money makers. So I don't know if you have access to that data. I know when we were live, focused on live streaming, we could see some of that data in there about the sales of my live streams, but we never really saw shoppable video data in Logi. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah,
and
because for the live streams, it was easy because we were able to scan the final statistics when you finish
Oh,
the live
that's
stream,
right.
and it actually tells you, remember?
Right, right.
But
We had to upload something. That's right.
yeah, we took a screenshot and it would automatically read the screenshot.
Hmm.
That was really cool at the time. But the data we do have is about the products, and just like Blaine said, maybe allowing people to click any product and see a graph like a ticker in a stock market that shows kind of how many sales I had for just this one product. In the drawer that opens up, because we did add how much content we generated for it, but I don't like it as much because usually we create one content, two pieces of content, three pieces of content, and that's it. So we need to kind of show the sales there. Maybe it's going to make more sense. Um,
Okay.
but then we also have that content tab. When you open a product, you have a content tab that shows you all the content you created for that specific product. So instead of looking at the content itself, you look at the product you promoted, and then if it's going up, going down, like how good this is performing for you in your account at the moment. What do you think about that? And also, just as a little bit of another heads up, we're I'll probably start sending that email, a weekly email that tells you which are your top products for the last week, for the last month, and it's kind of a really powerful addition for that. It can work together.
so
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
my thoughts on that are, the if you do it by ASIN and you have all the content there, that would be a good data point to let you know, does having more than one piece of content help to drive more sales for that particular product? I mean, I would think that it would. But it'd be cool to be able to sort by that and be able to see it across many different ASINs that you've created many different pieces of content for. And then I wanted to point out that Terry said this was pretty easy to do in Chat GPT. So I was curious about the prompts that she uses, but um, we may be able to kind of glean something from that. It looks like she may have put the prompt or something similar to it in the chat there, but that could be something that,
Go over it if you want.
yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
It
absolutely,
wasn't
Terry.
hard. I honestly, I run my reports in ChatGPT every single month, and I just ran a year-to-date sales report, exported it to, a CSV or an Excel file, however you want. ChatGPT can handle both, and I uploaded it to Chat, and I asked for it to look month by month. So, for instance, January 2025, I asked it to look at all of the ASINs that were sold in January 2025 and track just those ASINs sales from January to February to March to April, all the way up to current time. And then, I asked it to do it for every month. So then ASINs that were sold in February, February to March to April to May. And of course, the data gets smaller because you have fewer months, but it was very clear and then I asked it to give me a visual representation of that because you can look at the data all you want to get, you can get bleary-eyed with it. But the chart was exactly how Claire described it. It was a clear 80% drop from month one to month two, and then it just kind of stabilized. So 80% of those ASINs that are selling for me, at least in whatever month one was, did not sell in month two through current date. And so it makes me think clearly that some of those ASINs are not available anymore, or some of those sellers don't offer that product. Maybe they're out of stock. But the 20% that are selling are still selling month to month. So it falls right in line with what Claire was saying.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Terry. Now, I think that the added piece that I wanted to have integrated with that, and I don't know if you can do that with Chat GPT without a lot of work because of the way Amazon gives it to us, is to see if there's any patterns. Like these top sellers, are they vertical? Are they horizontal? Do I have a thumbnail? Don't I know you're shaking your head because like Chat GPT, you
Well,
would
I don't
have
think
to,
we can get that data from Amazon in some sort of a form. You can
right,
look at it anecdotally. You can see,
right,
okay, these ASINs have a vertical and a horizontal. These ASINs have a thumbnail. But that's not a report that you can download from
exactly.
Amazon. So Chat just can't analyze what it doesn't have. I can talk to Chat all I want and say, you know, but I think that it's going to be anecdotal at best.
Yeah. Andrew, would you like to unmute? Because I see that you,
I would
I'm
say,
not sure.
but real quick, going back to what we were just talking about, having the more data, I think that with Fluencer Fruit, that would probably be your best way to analyze even more data to kind of make better decisions because it will know if your video is horizontal or vertical. And I believe it also can pull out like it's obviously got like your titles in there. So if a certain title makes a difference or not, um, that would be very interesting. Or, I bet Logi probably has a ton of this in their reports as well. So if you didn't want to do Fluencer Fruit, you could probably download Logi reports and run that through Chat GPT just to give the GPT more context about your videos because it can line them all up and spit out a spreadsheet for you with all the data there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And and this is a manual process. This is why I'm thinking about this whole checklist. And I know for folks that have a lot of content like Terry and Lane, it's probably not feasible. And you probably don't need to do it anyway. It's more for folks that have like maybe 100 videos or around there, maybe 200, that it kind of makes sense to spend the time so you'll know, okay, this is what's really working for me. Vertical videos without a thumbnail with a title that just says what you need to know about whatever the thing is. Like, what is it that we're wasting time on that can get us to the level where we have hundreds and hundreds and thousands of pieces of content, right? So it may not help you guys because you're already like have that kind of stuff. Is this making sense to anyone who has a smaller, I'll call it library of content to try to build up? Anybody want to? What about you, Amy or Antoine? Oh, Antoine, you have a lot too, don't you? All right, while you are thinking about that, I'll just go back to what I was thinking. How about that? So, one of the things, are you doing product research? Are you purchasing or getting free samples? So, this is something that you may want to put on your checklist. Like, if I research this product, what is it that I'm actually researching? Like the number of sales, whether there's videos in the upper carousel, how many videos, how many sales does it have? Am I buying? Am I actually investing my money to buy this product? Or am I just going to reach out for a free sample? And if they give it to me, they do. And if they don't, they don't. Or am I getting it from Logie? Right? Or did Logie ask me if I wanted this sample? And I look and I say, there's 100 people already in the carousel. And I really don't need that item anyway. So I'll skip it and give it, let the next person who may either need it or, feel more confident about doing the video than myself. These are things that I think you should consider. Does anybody else have feedback about that so far? Can you show me where the carousels are in Amazon? I don't know anything about carousels.
Yeah, I don't know anything about where
All
the
right,
carousels are.
let's see what I can do here without.
Oh yeah, if you can, if you can't, then
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I can. I'm gonna have to set it up. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I think this is an excellent question because I know in the beginning I had no idea what a carousel was, and I was like, "What y'all talking about?
Yeah.
What's the carousel?" Wait, I got to find a video that's.
Okay.
I got to find one that's in the carousel first before
Oh,
I.
okay. Sure.
Wait, hang on. I think this one is. Well, I can show you this because this has carousels, whether it's if I'm in it or not, it's not important. This just so happens to be a Logie product. So, oh yeah, there's another extension that I use. This is just a free one, and it tells me right up at the top where that my video's in the top carousel and the bottom carousel on this product.
Mm.
So this is a port from Pluggable, and you see over here on the left, you'll see that there's images, but then
Mhm.
also there's video,
Right.
right? So when
Yes.
you click on that, when you see a number
Hmm.
and videos, now brand has to have at least one video there for this shelf to even open up. But I will tell you right now, if you're doing fashion, there is no upper carousel for influencers. But anyway, so
Oh.
all right, so there's the brand, excuse me, there's the brand video. This is the carousel. Of course, it looks different on mobile. And remember, most people are on mobile, but I'm going to show you on desktop. All right. So here's the videos. So here's mine right here. It's the third one, which is
Okay.
really a good thing. I haven't sold any yet, but it's there. It's in the upper carousel, and that's important. And it's also Sorry, I got to move things around so I can close this out. The lower carousel. Now, that means this person is determined. They may have a question because they got to scroll past all this stuff you see me scrolling past in order to get to that lower carousel. Maybe they just happen to want to, maybe they want to look at reviews, but hey, there's a carousel. Maybe these people answer my question. All right. So then here's the lower carousel.
Okay.
Notice how it's much bigger.
Mhm.
Okay. So the coveted spot is to be in the upper carousel. And the lower carousel is okay too, especially if you're getting both.
Yeah.
But you really want to be the first one. You know, it's okay to be in the lower carousel, but you know, like we have no control over
Right.
carousels. The only control that we have is knowing whether or not there is a carousel available. And that's because, like I said, I'll repeat it really quickly. The brand has to have at least one video in the listing in order for the carousel to be available. Doesn't mean you're going to get in there, but at least one video needs to be there. If they don't, if the brand never uploads a video, forget it. You can never get in the upper carousel. Okay. That's a very, very important. So this is something you want to do. You've only got 4 videos. So this is a great time for you to go and look on each one of those product pages and see if you're in the carousel. But also when you're developing your checklist, this is something you may want to do because, like I said, people tell you film everything that's in your house. But like, for example, Dove soap. I use Dove soap all the time. Am I going to film Dove soap? Probably not, because the carousel's probably packed. You're not going to make that much money of it. Now, if I just wanted to, I could. Maybe I was just doing a whole Dove haul, right? I'm doing a soap. I'm doing this new product that just came out and it's in Creator Connections or whatever. And I am just like going all in on Dove. Then I will do it. And it's up to you. Everything that you put on your checklist, it's all up to you, right? So these are just some of the things that you may want to consider if there's a carousel available, a carousel spot available. Is it upper or lower? And is it a product that you can make money off of? Because if it's not selling, like say for example, you look at that and it says there's no sales on Amazon,
Mhm.
then it doesn't matter if the upper, lower, whatever. Nobody ain't nobody buying it.
Mhm.
Okay, now in the case of a new product or a
Mhm.
newish product, you may not care that much about the sales because you know hasn't been that many sales because the product's relatively new.
Right.
It hasn't picked up steam yet. Or you just want to do the video. It's
Well, I was
okay.
thinking of doing videos just because I'm not good at them yet because
Mhm.
I forget what I'm saying, and so I was thinking of just doing some videos I mean, still put them up there, but to
Absolutely, absolutely. So, so smart. And that's for everybody who's new or who feels like a little intimidated about
Mhm.
doing videos.
Yeah.
Do the thing that you know, the thing that you use every single day. I did videos about this pencil because I use it all the time. I got them all over the place.
Right. Okay.
I might make 16 cents. Doesn't matter. It gave me practice of doing videos.
Mhm.
And of course, I don't know how, but I wound up being in the upper carousel of a Bic.
Oh,
And,
wow.
and when I first started doing videos, I wound up getting in the upper carousel. But so you just never know. But it gives
Right.
you that practice. It gives you that
Yeah, that's what
this
I want.
and it helps you develop this checklist,
Okay.
right? Of your own personal checklist. Like, what do I need to have in front of me when I'm getting ready to do a video? Do I need to have a special light on me?
Mhm.
Do I need to have my mic hooked up? Maybe I don't care about the mic. Maybe I don't care about the light. Do I just need to be in front of the window?
Right.
Some of these things you write down, some of them you don't have to write them down. You just have it in your head. Like,
Hmm.
I'm just going to film this right over here. Okay, I'm holding it. Do I want my nails to be done? Doesn't matter. Do care people care that my nails aren't done? Do I want to put lotion on? I don't care if your hands ashy. I don't want it to be dirty. If your nails are dirty, no, I'm not watching your video. I ain't watching no video with nobody who don't care enough to clean their hands. Unless they're working on a lawnmower.
Yeah.
And I say that because my friend right now is out there working on his lawnmowers. So this is why you have to have your own personal checklist and doing those things that you feel very familiar with, that is very easy for you to not flub them up. Like, why do I like Dove soap? I hate bar soap. I don't like cleaning up behind bar soap. I love that it's in the pump. I love that it's fragrance free. I love that it feels moisturizing. That's my video.
Okay.
Because I love it. I know it, like the back of my
Mhm.
hand. So I don't have to worry. And even if I do stutter, it's okay if you stutter. It's okay
Yeah,
if
but
you
what if you
stutter.
forget thing? I mean, forget. I mean, I have a
Yeah.
tendency when
So
I'm nervous
what
to
do you
forget.
do? Like when you really, really high tech, you get a teleprompter. But I ain't
Yeah,
really,
well, I
really
have
high
that,
tech.
so maybe okay, I do have that.
No, no,
That's
I don't recommend that. What I
oh,
do is
okay.
write it down on a note.
Yeah, but then you have to look down and
Nope, nope. Scotch tape it wherever.
okay.
Watch it. I'm gonna move my mic. Scotch tape it right in your
Okay.
mic. Here's my camera. I'm actually using my webcam. Scotch tape it right in front of the webcam. I'm
Okay.
looking right at the webcam because guess what? I'm reading my notes.
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
that's I
reading
have a
them.
tendency to forget. So
And it doesn't matter. Honestly.
yeah.
Don't nobody care if you're reading notes. What
Mhm.
what Amazon does not want you to read the product description.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, because that's already there, and they're assuming people read. And Stas, I see you. Hey, Stas, if you would like to unmute, please go ahead and unmute because I don't have time to read all that stuff you just put in the chat. Hey,
I
Stas.
miss you all, guys. I really miss you all. And I said, today's Friday. I'm not busy. I can see everyone, especially Ileane running this meeting. So everything is okay. How's everyone?
Just
Lane, I
fine.
miss you too, man. I am CEO and I'm working with data. I see with a lot of algorithms on daily base, and you are there, and I'm proud what you're doing. You are like proud of approach, not to be lazy, always think about what to say, how to say. I don't know where you find all those stuff, but you're doing what you need to do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I was thinking about you the other day, wondering where you've been because we
So
haven't
I
seen you
just
in a
thought
while.
last evening, I said, Lane, maybe we're gonna just happen call and chat a little bit, see what we can do better, and with the technology, because today it's possible to do a little and expand it for like extend it with the technology that uh, possible to do everything. It's not necessarily should be AI done with the saying something, but you can expand whatever you've done already in different platform. I think it's pretty easy to do if you know what you're doing, right, Lane?
Yep.
Hey,
Very true.
Lynn,
Very true.
I nice to see all of you here, and you're absolutely right. I just wrote a quote. Just I have I'm reading the quotes, and for me, it's motivate me, my family, my kids, and as you said, there is absolutely nothing to be scared of. As in a quote saying, every race starts with first steps. So this is what we're doing. We're trying, and every time we're getting better and better.
Thank you so much, Stas. I appreciate you for coming in and gave me a chance to answer some of the comments over in the chat. And Michael, I'll just finish because you said Dove is good for your dry skin. Been using Dove for decades. Maybe I should do that video after all. Thank you. Yeah. because a lot of times people try to sell me, or they often, you all know, people are talking about these handmade soaps, and yeah, give me a handmade liquid soap. I might think about it, but I've never seen one. And so I hate bar soap. So anyway, uh, right. And Andrew, I'm going to read this comment. See, I can't do that because I can't read paper. Oh, so I have to use a Word doc. But I've noticed I get an audio buzz when Word is on screen. So I have to figure out a better script solution because of Word introducing interface to mic. So I do a lot of voiceovers. That's interesting, Andrew. Is it is it possible that you could have the Word doc on your phone? I don't know if you're recording because you're recording on your computer. Anyway, sorry, Andrew. I don't know. I can't brainstorm that right now, but Michael says I keep being given bath and body soaps and makes me itch. All right, let me see if I missed anything else. Um, Andrew said one thing I think should be mentioned. I noticed lately a lot of people talking about number of videos, but they never mention products. Having 20 to 50 videos for a small number of products, for example, 15 products with 50 total videos on storefront is more of a hindrance than a help, in my opinion, if they need to build up the number of products to increase potential earnings because they have not diversified enough yet to truly build their storefronts. Yeah, it takes time. It takes time, Andrew. And, we're not putting any pressure on anybody to, well, maybe some of the stuff that Alto Visa is going to talk about later on this afternoon. Not pressure, incentives. Incentives, okay? But and that's something that we all have to like come to grips with as far as us all being together, part of the community, right? We have to acknowledge the fact that some people are at a different level of how many videos they have or how many products that they're promoting. And then there's others that lose count. And that's okay. That's what makes this group so friggin' amazing, in my opinion. So there you have it. All right, so let me just go back to some of the other things that I think we should consider. And here we go, that PDF. All right, so, and we used to talk about this all the time. Are we looking at those questions that customers leave on the listing? Are we looking at this little Rufus thing they got now? Oh, they get on my nerves with the AI. They trying to get rid of us, but it's okay. Keep pressing on. Don't let AI stop you. And sometimes the question I ignore Rufus personally, but if you want to look at Rufus just to see like what is Rufus suggesting that to ask or however, I'm not even exactly sure what Rufus is supposed to do. And I don't even know that it answers the questions correctly either. That's why I don't bother with it. But if you want to check Rufus, just check it. I mentioned earlier about the carousel and all these videos in the carousel. Let's just say there's only 2 or 3 other videos in the carousel. And you think, this is a great product. I did my research. It's selling. I got it for free, right? So now let me cover something they didn't talk about, or let me stress it, or let me show it better, or let me compare it to another popular product. Okay. So, there's different angles that you can do with your videos. You can do demos. You can do, I'm not that much of a fan of doing unboxings, but as long as you fast forward the unboxing, because nobody really needs to know how to open the package unless it's something special about the packaging, right? But um, these are just things that I want you guys to consider. Then I think it was Stas who showed us how when you go to those customer reviews, you can click on there and then there is a little AI summary. So this one I will go back to that product in case some of you aren't aware of this. because I wasn't until Stash showed me. So I'm going to go back up because I'm going to show you how you get to it easily. For me, this is how I get to it. It's probably more than one way to get to it. Where there's the star rating, then it says see customer reviews, right? Click on that right at the top. Customers say. Now, this is an AI summary of what the customers say. And Amazon has given us all the good things the customers are saying about it. So you may want to make sure you include all those things or some of them because you don't want your video to be too long, right? In this case, they were all positive. I'm sure we could easily find another one that's not so positive. Yeah, let's just try it real quick. I'll just pick on Logitech really quickly. It has 648. Okay, here we go. Not all positive. All right. So it gives you the little summary of what the customer reviews are. And there's 648. Remind you, a lot of these products have thousands and thousands. Some of them may only have 5, right? But you probably won't get one of these summaries if there's, I don't know what the threshold of when they generate these summaries. But value for the money, people are saying no. This Logitech MX Brio is not a good value for the money. And their adjustment features, no, they're not great. So you either want to address that or ignore it. You know, you don't have to, it's up to you when you're reviewing a product. If you want to address something that's negative, I know there was one um, lotion or nail cream or something where people were saying that it was greasy and it was this. Oh, it was a deodorant. I know what it was, one of those natural deodorants. No, that was the first thing I did in the video. Rolled it across my arm and showed this is not greasy. This is not, all the things that the negative people were saying. That was the very first thing I did in the video was just dispel that. Okay. And I did it by showing it. I didn't just say it. Okay. So something else you may want to put on your checklist is to check those customer reviews and those little summaries. All right. Next. Horizontal versus vertical. Look through your videos. Those of you who have a small number, look in that Creator Hub, right? Look in that Creator Hub and just scroll down, scan down. You probably can remember if it's vertical or horizontal. Because if you did a thumbnail, you probably did a horizontal thumbnail. But you can also do vertical thumbnails. So, and they look great. I put it in the Logie group. Those vertical thumbnails, they look so good on your storefront. Get all cut off though in the carousel. Why Amazon does that, I don't know. Maybe they look better on mobile, but I'm never on mobile, so y'all have to tell me. But anyway, so if you found these videos that are working, did you keep those? Were they short? How much are people watching? Like say if you have a 2-minute video, but people are only watching the first 30 seconds and you're selling, you probably need to make your videos shorter. Think about that when you're writing your script or, you're going over your bullet points for that you're going to discuss in the video. All right. When I say mobile or desktop on this, I mean, are you making the video from mobile or from your desktop? Not how people are seeing it, how you're creating it. I create most of my videos from mobile but I edit them on desktop, which is definitely a hindrance for me. I know that, and that's okay. I accept that about myself. I don't like editing on my phone, and I don't care CapCut or nothing else is going to change my mind about that. It's okay. I I'll be all right. I just take deep breaths. Stas, what do you want to say?
I want just to give you guys useful tips. It will be very helpful, first of all, to understand uh, what we are as influencers doing on the platform. Like as I spoke, like I talked about it previously, that Amazon on-site program, it is a program that helps to Amazon to make better conversion. So we are educate customers. So what actually the program like doing is like have a customer journey flow. When customer, for example, come into Amazon and as an example, looking for something that is want to cut nails for his pet. So it is many different kind of options. It is a clip nails, it is a special scissors, it is could be electric something stuff. The customers don't know exactly what is exist. So in this case, Amazon, by seeing the question or see what customer looking for, it is will first of all try to figure out if the influencer who are talk about it in the field of search by interest or by video that you can go and search over there. So there is many placements that I am personally looking when I don't know what it's available in the market for it. So this is placement is called awareness. It is specific placement that is done by influencers. Many of them, those placement with photos, because it's a sliding sections that you can choose by hashtagging. And this is where I see Ileane a lot over there because it's solving the problem of awareness. So you actually can let people know what available. When customer going to the journey and want to know which one is the better one. So here's come more long form of content. It can be not necessarily 45 seconds, as you said, Ileane. It could be even 5 minutes. Because when you are getting to decision of how I will be implementing my house or how I would like it will be look, if it's the size right, so I would like to go and explain how I'm using it because I have it on my home. So I can even compare them. So this is the placement that call awareness. The old placement that you are particularly talking, Ileane, it is the placement that you are trying to win. It is the last station. It is called, it's like conversion. If somebody lend to it, then this is your stage. You explain why you're buying, why it's better, and if it's worth it, if it's not worth it. So this is the last station. If you are as an influencer, want to win the last station of conversion, and as you said, is no many people selling this product. The buyer is the seller is not selling a lot of them. You can help him. What you can do? You can just create some pictures. It can be square pictures that are going to a placement like consideration. It is checkout placement. It is the placement feed of interest. It is many different kind of placements. If you are doing those pictures and somebody click on whatever you provide there, guess what? If you create a placement that or you doing a consideration placement as a video, next Amazon prioritize yours because you start the funnel of customer journey. This is how is important. Maybe in the first glance, on the first observation from your report, you're saying all those pictures that I'm doing, they are provide less money for me, but you need to understand the algorithm know who is in a sequence Because if you start to educate customer, Amazon will show you all your content that you generate for this product and let you to win it. This is how algorithms work. You are a customer journey path to know what is that and to give them to buy it. So how you can use and make it better? First of all, I would suggest, it's amazing, Ileane, that you use Rufus. It is a tool beyond of what you are can expect for yourself. I will give you a couple of tips, guys, to use it, and I guess I will share with you the list. Actually, Rufus, it is big data that know everything about whatever is going on Amazon itself. So if you're gonna ask the Rufus the right questions, it's gonna give you exactly what you want to provide to the customer. And it could be something like questions, what is the best, we'll send it, I guess, let me, if I will be able to open this page, I will send it to you, my SOP. It is a lot of things open on my end, but I will share it with you that you're gonna have it because it's very powerful. Just quick second, guys. It could be a question like, what are the top question Amazon shopper ask before they buying? You can do it individually on each of the product. It's gonna give you the hint of the title, what exactly in this product that you have on hand people will searching for. If they're gonna see the title and title answer the question, you winning the CTR. CTR is a metric of click-through rate. You're gonna be on first over there because the people exactly looking to answer. They don't really matter for them is about like that you're gonna write the title of the product or number of the device. It is not. They asking I don't know, it could be different kind of question. For you to win it, Amazon will figure out if your CTR it is the higher from the other. It's gonna bring you in the first position over there. If you are actually helping to customers to answer their questions. So let me just do a search. There we go. I will send it to you guys. And this is my SOP. This is how I'm using my standard operation procedure. And this is the list. It is very valuable, I know, and you can use it. It is, what are the top 5 questions Amazon shopper ask before they buy? You're doing it in the Rufus under product itself that you have on hand. Which features of the most important shopper who decide to buy? What common doubts or objectives keep people from buying this product? Like, this is the question that you need to ask Rufus, and because is know all those one, people are writing and it can collaborate with similar product. It is will give you the winning titles and the winning topic to talk about. So this is how it's important to understand that whatever you are fighting to be on the page of the product itself, it is last station. And if you have product and the product, you know that you can measure the product not selling a lot, you can help them. So you have a post that you can make a post with the picture and enter over there up to 10 products, 10 ASINs. You can have yours one, or you can see what is frequently bought together with this one. And to put frequently bought together, the high selling one. What you're gonna do in this case stage, you're gonna provide session. So if someone looking in your post and see that you're buying this product that you have on hand and you're receiving 20% commission extra, and you buying with the bestseller one, Amazon gonna take all the traffic from 10 these ASINs and maybe to drive an impression to your listing to someone that gonna land over there, see your video and buy, and you're gonna receive the commission. This is how you work with that.
Thank you, Stas. The check is in the mail. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, no, seriously. This is awesome, awesome stuff. And it definitely will help with you, I'm talking to you, each and every one of you, building out your checklist. It's going to help you with your script, and it's going to help you with what you're going to actually film and demonstrate. So thank you so much. And Stas, I want to say, I've been seeing the new brands coming in on Logi. And every time I see one that I'm like,
Many
yay,
more,
Stas!
many
Yay!
more, many more. You cannot imagine what's gonna come next month. You
Well,
just
I'm
already.
blown away by what I saw this morning when I went
Yeah,
in
I
there.
just want to tell you something, guys. If I know like it is something that I can trust you and you are see my knowledge and I know that you are some of you doing amazing job. So don't be lazy. Ileane, it's for you as well. Don't try to win this first place. You must to win it. It's for sure. So those questions for the Rufus will solve all your problems. Really, I promise you, you will see. In the com, it's gonna be better and better. You don't need to break your thoughts of what could be. It's gonna give you the all answers. So if you're not sure about your product, is not a lot of reviews over there, go find the similar one that have ton of reviews, similar product, and ask those questions over there. You probably will have most ask questions that you can give to your new product that customer launched just now. So what I would like ask from you to do, guys, don't be lazy to do posts. Don't be lazy to add frequently both together product with this post. Make posts separate with this particular one because when you are doing like checkout, so in Amazon showing over there live, it's showing over there the post pictures. Don't be lazy to, if you have a product on hand, just make something on autopilot. You don't need to do yourself as in this picture. You just can take this picture, I don't know, in any condition, just to make it as an sequence that it's going to be posted once a week. I have product in hand. Let's create posts in different format because whatever it's square, it's not always will go to inspire by search. So do for font size and for the square size. Try to do them once a week. Don't be lazy. It's just gonna bring you customer who gonna Amazon will prioritize to show your video after them. And you maybe you're not gonna have a lot of money from this picture, but it's definitely the flow by the algorithm will lead to your video that you're gonna have the most money from it. So please start to do as much as possible pictures and content for the product that are launching right now. This is the new brands, and I'm telling them we have the most educated and amazing influencer in our team, and I know it is like that because many of them they are. But someone who are don't know how algorithm works, just listen what I'm saying and just don't be lazy. Follow it and do it. You will see the results month after month. It is prioritized. Like why Amazon have a tiers. The tiers when Amazon provide for you as the points is know that customer know to lead somebody who interesting in particular product. If you're gonna do only one video and one pictures, you are not doing the whole journey for the customer to educate him. You must to educate for any flows with different type of content that Amazon provide in the system. Then you're gonna acquire more points. It can be by clicks or it can be by unit sold. It's one point, it's $100 sold. So you're gonna combine them and you're gonna have top badge, and this badge saying not for you, it's nice to have this badge, but this badge showing algorithm prioritize you because you know educate customer. What this is exactly what is saying. Please start to do content pictures. They are amazing and gonna bring you more traffic. So I just don't know how to emphasize it more, but everyone who follow it is doing very well. I can see the
Oh,
pattern from
wow.
our influencers.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. And what I did was I copied and pasted your tips,
There you
your
go. You have it.
SOP, because people are going to be watching the replay. They're not going to see it, right? Because it was in the chat.
Absolutely, done very well.
So y'all all can thank me later. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all thank Stas because
No, it is absolutely good checklist.
absolutely. And Terry has already been able to find some titles or keep. I'm sorry, I can't remember what your comment was, but I want to have this up because you know, and I'll read them really quickly. What are the top 5 questions Amazon shoppers ask before buying product? Which features of product, insert the product, are more important to shoppers who decide to buy? What common doubts or objections keep people from buying product? What exact words and phrases do shoppers use when searching for product on Amazon? In what situations or lifestyles does product become most appealing to buyers? Now that's a good one. That's a real good one that I never would have thought of, right? What comparison points do shoppers use when deciding between this product and competitors? There you have it. There is your little Bible. And
Um,
the SOP from Stas. Thank you so very
You're
much.
very, I love this group. I really appreciate people attending, and I see the same faces, and it's great. Hopefully, we're gonna grow and try to spread the word that people will join, and it is very powerful over here. I would like to answer to Sandy question, and I think she absolutely right is an important. So what I would do, you have over here, it is like whatever you're doing as post a picture. So guys, you must utilize the cluster of hashtagging. So hashtagging, it is very important point for the algorithm to know to where you are related to. So hashtagging can be by something that is a lot of people already looking for. Have to identify the hashtag, and I done for myself a spreadsheet. You can, it's very easy. It's depend what category you working with. So if you're going inspire by search, so you will figure out on each post you will have a hashtag with the blue letters. So it's mean it is a cluster. So if you press on it, you're gonna open a lot with this particular hashtag inside of it. It's like a folder, and it's collection of the folder. So more people talking have this hashtag, so it is became by algorithm is have create a cluster for it. So it is not always perfect because people just doing with no making sense, showing something and putting hashtag in not relevance. So you need to be as much as possible relevant. So if you're doing a picture, try to utilize the most important keyword for algorithm, less for the human being, because those pictures person observe as a picture. It's like Instagram. It is not many people reading what you're saying. So most important to include their high searchable keyword. It can be seasonal keywords. It should be keyword relevant, like broadened or exact keyword of this product, and hashtag. You can just test them, and from the report you will figure out what is work. Make check mark for you what post it's provide for you most for this particular product clicks or views. So and do correlation, this hashtag work or this keyword. In this case you will know identify what group of keyword hashtag it's work for this particular product. So I put a hashtag in the right caption optional box. Maybe I choose the wrong hashtag. So it is absolutely something to test. We had it a lot. We're doing like 10 of them had like pictures, and one of them have suddenly 1,000 within a week. Another one have was 0 or have 1. It is something that you need to identify what size, what keyword you use, and what hashtag is that.
Yeah, I've been trying to test this out a little bit as well. The hashtags on the photos, because you really don't have enough characters in your videos. Uh, I did determine that it's a 250 character limit on photos. Sandy and anybody else who's going to do photos, 250 characters. So you may, and Antoine wants to know, where do we put the hashtags? I don't think it matters if you put it at the front or at the end. Styles, I don't know if you're testing that part of it, but I would just say if you're going to, like, say, pick 2 or 3 hashtags, if you're testing this, right? Pick
Right.
2 or 3 hashtags and then write the rest of the description out so you can make sure that the hashtags don't get cut off. Okay. So, and I just tried Rufus. Rufus is like, no, I can't tell you hashtags. So Rufus, Rufus ain't going to help y'all with that. So I don't
Right.
know if some of the other AI models could take a stab at it, but I did provide a list from the shop by interest, all the different categories in the shop by interest. I provided that list of all what those hashtags would be. You know, like Amazon Home, Amazon Beauty, Amazon Fashion, all those things. I don't know. Michelle was the one person that was asking about that, and I'm not sure if she ever played around with it or not. But
Eileen, I just
yes,
got Rufus to give me hashtags.
you did. Good, good.
I was on it's like a watercolor paint set. I was just
Uh-huh.
something random and I clicked on, and I've been talking to
And
Rufus, much like I
so
would talk to chat. And finally I said, what are the hashtags to use for this product? And it gave me, I don't know, 15 of them.
that's good because
Amazing,
it told me I can't give you
amazing.
hashtags. So maybe it was
So,
just the product that I was looking at.
yeah, Terry, you can even test them when you have the URL. So usually you have end of the URL, the name of the hashtags. You can actually go physically type it and see if it's like a lot of content over
Oh,
there.
yeah.
If
Yeah.
yes, then it is the way to go. You need to prioritize those hashtags that have a lot of content inside.
That's a great idea. I asked it for keywords and it gave me a list of keywords to use in the title, which is great. I also asked it, I said, oh, I was asking it a bunch of things, like why would a customer buy this product? And it gave me a spiel. And then I asked it, um, I just tried. I said, can you create a pitch to a brand to give me a sample for this product? And it gave me a lot of stuff, like almost like a summary of the product. But at the very bottom, it gave me like, okay, so this is a watercolor set. And it says, talking about how it could be giftable. And it says, we believe that this watercolor paint set has the potential to be a standout product in the art supply market. We would love the opportunity to review this set in detail and share our insights with our audience. Your support in providing a sample for review would be greatly appreciated. So it gave you the whole, thing that you would copy and paste into Creator Connections.
Absolutely. This
It's
is the
just
way.
like talking to chat. I can't believe I haven't realized this now. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
All right. So, and I just want to tell you, and guys, please keep in mind your mission. You are as on-site influencer. You are tool for Amazon who help to educate, to make customer journey. Everyone get to this funnel from awareness, consideration, and conversion. So don't aim only conversion because it's the spot that people need first of all to visit there. So try to bring customer over there with those type of content. It is live, it is the pictures, and of course it's videos. But I'm pretty sure Rufus will give you the hint what type of content you provide and how long it should be.
Wow, wow. This has been such an informative session today. I hope you all have gained some insights.
No,
I got it. I gotta tell
sorry,
you.
I just answered to Anthony. Anthony, it is on. Anthony asking if it's only on mobile. It is not. It is on a desktop as well.
Right, it's on desktop. I just showed you. Antoine, okay. Nick, I call you Nicole because that's my daughter's name. Uh, I put the link for Shop by Interest because I know Andrew answered you and said it's in the hamburger menu, but I'll actually put the link in the chat here. And I just want you all, while I'm bringing up the screen share of this, I want you all to be prepared for 2 o'clock. OMG, Altavis has some great things lined up for you. And y'all take a break. Get yourself some lunch or whatever it is you do in between sessions. But here, just so you know, ideas lists come up in the shop by interest. And I don't know how many customers are using the shop by interest, okay? I just know that when I come here, and I've showed this to you many times before, I don't know if you're ignoring me or paying me attention, but I see that influencers are getting likes. Now, likes don't mean conversions, but like Stas was just saying, the awareness, the consideration, the conversion, it, if nothing else, it brings attention to your storefront, because here's this Hillary style. She's a top creator. So now I might see all this stuff and say, I don't want to buy any of that, but let me see what else she got over there. So I can click on this. No, I actually have to click on her picture to go to her storefront. Okay. That's on desktop. It probably behaves a little differently on um, on your phone. Okay. And so we're not going to talk about that right now. But I just want you to see that, know that it's there, because photos do show up there, ideas lists do show up there. And when you see a big spike in your video views, as bringing it back to beginning of the session when I told you to go to Creator Hub, you might see like the one that's the top on mine is like 2,000 views, but I did sell a few of those, more than I had uh, here recently, but that's because I know that it was in shop by interest. Because people are liking it. That don't mean they want to buy it. They like your video. They may think you're cute, or they may think, well, I really like the way she shot that video, or whatever. Doesn't mean that it's going to convert. But when you do see some conversions, you know that, okay, this was a good idea. I stood in front of the mirror, which all the girls do, right? You stand in front of the mirror, which I think is the dumbest thing ever. But this is what they do. They stand in front of the mirror and take their picture in front of the mirror. I think that's stupid, but it works. So I did it and it worked.
It's called trend, Ileane.
Huh?
It's called trend.
It's a trend. But it's been going on for years, and I always thought it was dumb. But you know, to me, take the picture, have somebody else take the picture, or use your tripod and take the picture with remote control. But that's not what people want to see. They want to see you standing in front of your mirror. So first you got to have the mirror. Okay, I've gone on long enough, and it is 1:22. So this is what you got to remember. It's not always about what you like. It's about what the customers like, right? Okay, keep that in mind. And with that, we'll all join together this afternoon in half an hour, 40 minutes with Alto Vis. See y'all. Bye
Bye, everyone.
bye.